medically complex 16-month-old. How do I help my child? Well, two specialties that I have. You need to have your hips checked. I'm not happy with those hips at all. There's no way the reason she's not holding the crawl, I think, because there's something going on with the hips, and they should be x-rayed. Anyone with that background anyway should have, but they might not be pulling an x-ray because of, again, her surgical history. Do not put kids in AFOs if the hips haven't been checked. I am living proof of it. I had bars on my feet, and my hips, my legs are all crooked because of it. Because they put the AFOs on and didn't check my hips, I had femoral torsion. I'm a little bit concerned for hip dysplasia, and I want them checked. Because again, the stresses of putting her up into standing and the fall ratio that she's going to have with the AFOs on, due to, just being unsound, and they're going to blame it on being low tone. And the fact that she can go absolutely sideways and around with those hips. Don't let them just do this standard little, hips aren't clicking, they're fine. No. I want her checked for the hips. Even an ultrasound's not your best bet. Again, this is between you and your doctor. I'm not a doctor as far as pulling the x-rays. And yes, we are getting into RSV season as far as going for hospital visits with our specialists. Second of all, your eyes weren't examined for vision. So all they did was, they're already marking a small corpus callosum. You really have to be with a good pediatric ophthalmologist, and you want a retina scopy on her eyes. She needs to be checked if she needs glasses or not. And I don't have a good video there of her vision to comprehend with that. She's going to have delayed visual maturation, probably of some sort, just due to the lack of milestones and also the surgical complications. You're not using your peripheral visions when you're coming out of surgery, and it narrows your sight and just makes it more immature. But with the small corpus callosum, and if it's involving with the vision aspect of it, then she would qualify for vision services in regards to that. So it's important to know. But there's nothing on her report saying that the eyes were actually examined for vision. They're only looking at the brain base of it. And you're thinking the eyes are fine, and you're not getting those response. Okay, I know I have to get back to you. Sorry guys, I see people come on. I'm looking, I could do next week, but it's right before Thanksgiving or the following week. And I've already got some questions going here, but I know it helps if I email you. So I apologize, but you're actually physically written on my to-do list. I hope you're well. I did a great podcast with Kay. If you haven't seen it, please go look at it. It's not up on my YouTube site yet. I'm hopefully going to edit that one up tonight. If you guys don't think I work hard, I do. So you're looking for hip dysplasia, or at least getting the hips ruled out. Please watch AFO placement. I don't see that her feet are bad. They're doing it for the hips, and the hips, I'm telling you, you can watch my videos on my femoral torsion, and so forth. Because again, I had club feet. They put Dennison bars on my feet and messed my knees up and my hips up. So I'm living with crooked legs because of placement. People see one problem, they try and fix one problem. It's a whole body, guys, the brain to the toes. It's all included, and we have to work on everything. And I know it's exhausting for parents sometimes, but it is what it is. And so that's why you're getting the concepts of hypotonia. I don't feel she has good vision, like the convergence. So again, I say this all the time. Everybody stand up and sit down, and now cross your eyes and stand up, and you'll feel the pronation going on. And the ankle pronation is much more vision involved than it is structurally involved with the feet. And then from there, though, I want you to start working from the basics, the newborn movement assessment, and go into probably the grabbing the feet or the rolling over course, because she's missing too much of her minor milestones. As far as my comment that she's not sitting well, I get it when a baby sits independently and you think, oh, they're sitting. This is not sitting. She's not like, ooh, bouncy, pick me up kind of thing. She's not crossing midline. I want optimal. I want the best for your child, and I'm not going to settle for anything less. And so to say that she does one thing well and something else poorly, it's not how development works. You can tell that that the milestone progression is weakening because she really didn't have a good rolling over. I can guarantee you it's probably only one side and the rolling over the head. Now, the other thing that I said was my specialty. I am bloody brilliant, and I'm going to say that. Hi, Hung. Everybody's here today. I'm bloody brilliant with surgeries because my son's had 30 of them. It's my specialty. Please look at my, you want to do that breathing course, but you want to do the breathing course literally within the whole body, especially if she's had central lines, all of that kind of stuff, or heavy medication post-operative. It's going to make her system more heavy, which makes it for the low tone, any kind of infection, low tone. But I don't know what kind of complications she had. My son's complications were based off of Haemophilus influenza and staph, going into preseptal sepsis and a whole sorts of other stuff. And so he's had 18 surgeries alone to the head. So you have to bring back the movement, and especially too if they've cut into the skull where the bone now is not living or having those movements that could be needed. So that's where you're starting off with the breathing course, and I would probably go all the way back to the rolling over. If you say she's too active to be worked on, some of the things you might have to do when she's sleeping, she's desperately in need of these courses due to the surgery and due to those hips. Thanks.